up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G, the Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. It's always nice to be joined by everyone here for Midday Monologue Mondays. Thank you so much for coming by and checking out a video. If you're a subscriber, awesome. If you're not, hey, maybe you'll find a reason to subscribe. So now, I've talked a lot about Kickstarter games on this channel. I enjoy Kickstarter. Even though part of me thinks some of the things that it does kind of ruins the board gaming industry. I've kvetched about that in the past. That's not the point of this video. Generally, I do enjoy Kickstarter. I'm happy that it's here for independent creators to be able to come forward and have a vision of theirs, a dream, a creation of theirs come to fruition. I am honestly glad about that. I've backed a lot of games on Kickstarter. I talk about whether to Kickstarter dropkick a game. I talk about the games before they come out. I've done all we know videos, waiting for certain ones, like in the Return to Dark Tower game. So you know I'm there. I'm a Kickstarter-y, whatever you want to call us. But in this video, why don't you join me at the table, and I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to back your Kickstarter. Now, when I'm scrolling through Kickstarter on my phone, there are certain things, I hate to use the term, it sounds a lot stronger than I really need to use, but there's certain red flags that will automatically make me just pass on a Kickstarter game. Now, if you've involved yourself in Kickstarter and backed any games and looked into this, then it would be helpful. Why don't you put down in the comments what it is that has caused you in the past to not back a game? Maybe you think you're going to back a game, and then there's that one thing, and you're like, nah, nope, not doing it. Let us know. Now with me, the first thing is right here. What do I see? As far as the species go, humans are visually based, first before any of our other senses. This is how we interpret the world around us before anything else, which is why it is one of our strongest, most dominant senses. Yes, we can get into the discussion of, oh, John, but scent recreates memories more than anything. We're not talking about that, okay? We're talking about when you first encounter something. Here you go. So I have definitely passed on games because I just don't like the look. I know. There's some of you sitting there saying or thinking at least something along the lines of, John, you should never judge a book by its cover. And what can I tell you? You're right. You are. But in this case, there are hundreds, thousands of new Kickstarters every day. For the board games, maybe dozens. Okay, maybe 100 or so, but this is still every day. We are being deluged and flooded with tons and tons of new material. We only have so much money. So in this case, yes, that's going to play a factor to me, okay, what I see, because there's tons of other things that might catch my eyes more than this. So I'm going to pass it up. I have not yet encountered anything in a Kickstarter that visually did not impress me, that all of a sudden I saw something. All of a sudden there was one thing in it and I was like, oh, but of course this makes up for it. Maybe with you those things exist. Maybe with me they do too, and I just haven't encountered it yet. But that's the way that goes down with me, first and foremost. So now let's say your Kickstarter has some pleasant pictures in it. It doesn't look like it was hand-drawn by your 8-year-old niece just to make her and the rest of the family happy that she participated in this somehow. Sorry to bring your family into this. But another thing about the art, though, is it has to look generally not young, not kitty, not babyish. Now, I understand that to some degree, depending on who you're selling to, the age group or whatever, you may want to have these ultra cute little doll-looking, big-headed drawings. Hey, that has a market. It sells. I'm not putting that down. Don't get me wrong. I'm not putting down that art style. I'm simply saying it's not a preference of mine. So that also counts. Not that the artwork has to be bad, but if the artwork looks like it's geared to 8-year-olds, I'm going to pass. But let's say, as I was saying, let's say your artwork doesn't look like it's geared to 8-year-olds. Let's say you got a decently skilled friend, or you saved up some money and you actually paid someone who does this professionally to do the art for you. Okay, great. Maybe you're a great artist. I don't know. But as long as the art is passable to my eyes, I will stop and I will decide the next factor, which is this an interest to me? By what I mean is, I'm not a war guy. I have a couple of war games in my collection, but they're few and far between. So if it's a World War II game, a World War I game, a biplane game, Napoleonic War, I'm passing. That's not for me. No hate on it. It's just not for me. So let's say it doesn't fall into that category. Let's say we find a dungeon crawler. And I'm like, okay, I like dungeon crawlers. The art looks good. Now let me continue. Now, the next thing I'm going to do before I even read about your product, if it's visually caught my attention, if it's a theme or genre I enjoy, the next thing I do is I hit the back or click button to see what prices you're asking for. Because I want to see that before I even see your product. Now, it's different if someone's not a board game collector like I am. Okay? Here we go. I probably have your game. Yeah, it's not your game. It has a different title, but I probably have a game that plays pretty much just like yours. Okay? So, it's really going to have to catch my attention, and part of that is the money. If it's a miniature heavy game, I know it's going to cost money, and I'm probably going to pass by it. Well, I'll probably look at it to look at the miniatures, but I know I'm not going to be spending my money on it because in most cases they're way too big. I've only done that a few times, and I've actually had the money saved up and gotten some gift money on the side, so things just came into being. I don't normally go for that just to save my wallet. Now, let's say I see it and it looks like it's a decent price. Okay, it's $49.99 for this level. I could back this level. Let me see if I like it. Now, I'm going to go check out the product on Kickstarter. Now, I'm going to see what it is. I'm going to hit that click, that link. I'm going to go in. What do you have to show me? What do you have to tell me? And what do others have to say about it that aren't connected to you? As much as possible. Hold on to that thought for a moment. So, I want to see what you have to say about gameplay. I want to see what kind of preliminary art you have. If there are some miniatures in the game, where are their preliminary designs? I understand you're not going to have everything finished. It'd be nice if you had a prototype done, instead of paying the money to get, dozens and dozens and dozens of copies to sell, to get a prototype, at least one prototype of it done, so this way you have photos to show off to everyone, to show that this is real. Look, I've actually went so far as I spent the money to get the prototype done. Because if you don't have real pictures, that's a little red flaggish. Because there are individuals that go on Kickstarter with fake projects, they make a ton of money, and they disappear, and you never find them, you can't get your money back, and there's nothing to do. So it's a little sus if there's no artwork, if there's no prototype made. Now, along the lines of the prototype, again, I know this costs money, but remember, you got to spend money to make money, right? What goes hand in hand with this prototype is, did you make any review copies? Now, being someone that's in this field, trust me, I'm not asking for me personal. That'd be nice, but I don't care, okay? I just want to know, are there other people in the field that you have given or lent copies to, and maybe they get to keep it or they send it out to another reviewer on your list, whatever. Have you given people that review games, that understand games, have you given them a chance to look at yours? Now, if the answer to this is no, that's another red flag for me. Okay? Because, again, it makes me think that you don't really have a product. Maybe you're trying to steal our money. But even if you're not, it makes me think that you don't have a lot of confidence in your game. You don't have enough confidence in what you're able to produce right now, trying to get me to give you money to produce the final product. You don't have enough faith in that to have someone that's not you, not your business partner, not your spouse, not your children, not your parents, to be able to give a review of this game. I don't see that. Red flags. I'm sorry. That makes me pause. Something that isn't necessarily a red flag, but, you know, we can start talking about the areas that just fall under things I like and enjoy instead of things that have to be or cannot be. And that's add-ons. Okay? Add-ons are freaking great, especially if they're Kickstarter exclusive. The more that you're able to give us exclusively as backers, the more your product actually means to us. Because what's the big deal if I can get your product maybe a month before it hit the shelves and there's no difference in it? And don't even get me started on the amount of Kickstarts that have actually hit the store before us backers have gotten a copy of it. That's dirty pool, old man. You don't do that to your backers, okay? So that's something to keep in mind too. This is, if you have add-ons to it, first of all, maybe not all, but make some of the add-ons exclusive. You have stretch goals. You need stretch goals, okay? There's been very few games I have backed that don't have stretch goals. Because again, that makes me, the backer, feel a little bit special. And it kind of gives, well, goals to achieve. And achievement goals feed us. Humans love this. We love getting achievements, seeing achievements, said, oh, they hit another level. Oh, it sends the endorphins out of our brain. This is good. And it also shows other people that haven't backed yet, look how popular this is. This is still being backed. It's already been completely backed, and people are still backing it. They still want more of this. And then someone else that hasn't really backed yet, has been kind of holding back, might go, oh, shit. Yeah, that does look cool. And everyone else is getting it. FOMO. Boom, let me order a copy too. So keep this in mind with stretch goals and with add-ons. And again, remember, you want to make something, some part of this exclusive to the backers so that they feel special about this. You know, when everything is available in the store at the same time, even if the price is a little bit better for you than a backer than it is getting it in the store, I don't know, we kind of feel ripped off. I know I do. You know, something special. That's what we're here for. Okay, we like your product, we'll give you money, and we're going to get a copy of it. But you know what? Make us feel special. Now, I think the last thing that I really need to see in order to feel like I'm going to want to back a particular game, as I said before, is what do the others have to say about it? Now, earlier I said hold that thought. Okay, we're here now. When I said, you know, I don't want a review by your business partner, your spouse, or a family member. I don't want your best friend. I don't want your college professor talking about how great this is. Because none of them are anywhere near biased. No matter how unbiased they're trying to be, in all honesty, we're not going to buy it. You need to send these copies out to individuals that you believe that we can trust. Now, this is what I was, you know, kind of stuttering on earlier, mumbling around a little bit, is this whole trusting of the influencers. Now, I've already done a video, a Midday Monologue Monday, at this point, was it about 2 months ago, on influencers versus informers. And this is where the difference comes in. If I see, oh, you know, I don't want to point out names. I don't want to point out channels. Okay, so I'm not here to troll. I'm not here to start a YouTube or Twitter war with anyone at all. But there's a large group, actually, of individuals that when I see that they get a game for review, I don't even care about it, because this is all they're doing is giving great reviews all the time for anything anyone gives them for free. That's not where I'm coming from, okay? So it has to feel honest. It has to buy me in so that I buy it. And that is partly done for these reviewers. So that's what I meant with that. That's why I wanted you to hold that thought earlier and come back around to it here at the end of the video. Because I don't trust a lot. I don't trust a lot of people on YouTube that are hawking things. And you shouldn't either. If someone is trying to influence you to buy something or do something, just hold on that thought for a moment. Influence. So they're literally trying to get you to do something that you beforehand did not want to do. Or would you rather be informed? Someone just gives you information, then you make up your own mind. We need more of that. And that's going to feel more honest and get more people to back more Kickstarters. So if you've been wondering why myself, people like me that back games regularly, haven't backed your game, one or more of those reasons might be the reason why. And if not, like I also said earlier, dozens of games are being dropped every day, maybe 100. I don't know. I don't count them all. So it's possible to get lost. But aside from that, those are the reasons I'm looking to back or not back a Kickstarter. What are yours? I know you have things. You have things that you look forward to. You know that there are things when you see it, you're like, no, I'm going to pass. I want to know what they are, and so does everyone else. Thanks for listening to me rant about this. I'm your buddy Big John at G for Two Gun Pixie Presents Legendary Gaming, and I am